Hey guys, it's your favorite low carb eating cosmetologist here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be demonstrating how to install instant locks on a client. But first, if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe. And whether you're new or a continued supporter, please like, comment, share, and well, I said subscribe already, right? But hit the bell notification so you can be notified when I drop another video. And this is going to be a long video, guys, so sit back and relax. And if you need to get a pen and paper, go ahead and do so because I'm going to be spilling all the tea in this one. Okay, so let's get to it. Today I'll be doing instant locks on a client, which differs from lock extensions. I'll explain the difference later on in the video, but instant locks are done completely with the client's natural hair, no extra hair added. With instant locks, you come with your hair loose, and I'll then manipulate your hair strategically using a crochet needle to create a lock. The results usually varies depending on your hair density and your hair texture, so keep that in mind. Instant locks are done by using the needle method, and the tool usually used is a crochet needle. Crochet needles has a tiny hook at the tip that allows you to grab the hair and intertwine them. Some people prefer crochet tools that has 3 needles. I'm more comfortable using 2 needles or a single needle depending on how compacted the lock is. But be careful who you purchase from because the quality differs depending on who you buy it from. The 2 sizes I use are the 0.5 and the 7.5. The 0.5 allows me to get into the lock easier. It's smaller, so it's good for manipulating smaller locks. The 0.75 is bigger and pulls more hair, so I'll usually use that on bigger size locks. But notice how I'm twisting the hair with every stroke of the needle. That's very important. It helps to create a shape and to secure the hair so that it doesn't come loose when your client is washing their hair. I've had clients come to me complaining that their hair came loose after getting instant locks somewhere else. This is the main cause of that. Learning the proper technique is essential if you want your locks to last and mature well. There should be no question about your hair staying when it comes to instant locks. No way should your hair unravel after a shampoo, or period, for that matter, if it's done correctly. So you also don't want to do straight in and out motion with the needle, especially if you're close to the scalp. It puts tension on the roots of the hair, causing discomfort for your client. So keep that in mind. You want to enter in at an angle that takes most of the tension away. And remember, twist with almost every stroke. Or just find a rhythm that feels comfortable to you. When I'm finished with a lock, I like to go in and I like to palm roll the lock. It helps to create a shape. But notice how I start at least half an inch or an inch away from the scalp so I can retwist and style the hair accordingly when I'm finished. Starting the locks too close to the roots won't give you enough room to retwist after. Okay, now, so let's talk about the pros and cons of getting instant locks. The pros are that it looks more natural, they're lightweight, they're softer, you experience less slippage, and you don't have to worry about your hair unraveling. You can shampoo your hair the same day if you want. You can go swimming in the pool or in the ocean. Your choice. There's no downtime, and you're able to moisturize your scalp with your favorite hair growth oil or conditioning oil. Now, shameless plug here. Our super hair growth oil is thebomb.com. It stimulates hair growth. It conditions your hair. And don't forget your hair shaft too. Very important. We're not going to neglect any part of the hair, okay? But if you search a previous video, you'll see before and after pictures. And I might insert some here as well of clients and customers who purchase our hair growth oil and experience massive, quick, fast results using our hair growth oil. So give it a try. It's available at goddesstrensbeauty.com. So here at Goddess Trends Beauty, we don't really like to harp on the negative, but with everything you do in life, there's positive and negative, there's pros and cons. So we're going to talk about the cons of getting instant locks as well. One of the cons are that they're expensive. Okay, we're not going to fool ourselves and act like these services are cheap. They're not. It's an investment, right? But it's totally worth it when you think about how low maintenance the hairstyle is. You don't have to do too much. You can just wash and go. You know what I mean? So, when you really think about it, it's worth it in my opinion. But then you can't really ask me because I'm kind of biased. I've had locks for more than 11 years now. And all my children has locks. But another con is that it takes time to install. You can expect to spend anywhere from 8 hours to a couple of days with your loctician. It totally depends on a few factors such as your hair density, your hair length, texture, and the size that you want. But the pros, to me, absolutely 150% outweighs the cons. So let's talk about lock extensions for a minute. Lock extensions are done using added hair and the client's natural hair. I'll touch loosely on this because I'll do a video on this sometime in the future. But basically, I'll be braiding your hair, then wrapping it with human hair. I like to use unprocessed 100% human hair in bulk, and the size of the crochet needle will be determined by the size of the lock that your client wants. But remember, when parting, pay attention to the size of the parts. That's what determines the thickness of the lock in the future as it matures. So as I said before, there are two methods of installing lock extensions: the braid and wrap method and the needle method. The braid and wrap method is quite simple, but it's tedious. You'll braid the natural hair, then you'll wrap it with bulk hair. And to make sure there's no slippage, I like to then crochet the hair to secure it. But keep in mind that if the client wants their locks to be longer than their natural hair, you'll have to extend it with added hair when braiding it down. But let's discuss the pros and cons for the braid and wrap method. Depending on length, size, and density, one pro is that this method can be less expensive and quicker to do. So you don't have to worry about it coming loose in the shower as with instant locks. You can wash your hair immediately. The cons are that they can unravel if it's not secured correctly. So think about it. You're wrapping hair around a braid. So if it's not secured, then chances are it's going to unravel from wear and tear. You just going about your day. Maybe you take a hot shower, and you know how steam likes to loosen things up. If it's not secured, chances are it's going to unravel. So this is the reason why I like to go in and further secure it by crocheting it into place. It really helps a lot. Another con is that it looks less natural. Remember, regular locks is not wrapped hair. It's compacted hair, right? It's when your split ends usually break off and goes into the lock, causing your hair to lock and mature in that form, right? So if you're braiding your hair and you're wrapping hair around it, it's going to have a totally different look than authentic natural locks. So keep that in mind. We'll be using double the hair, so it's going to be heavier. And because of the added hair, it's going to create tension on the roots. So that can also lead to breakage, which is why instant lock is my preferred method of locking the hair. And guys, my bad. There's 3 methods for locking your hair instantly, not 2. Okay, we're going to blame this on mommy brain. But like I said, there's 3 methods. The third method would be where I would actually create the lock for you using the bulk hair or any other hair. Doesn't really matter. So like I said, I would create the lock for you. I would instant lock your hair, then attach the lock that I created to your hair that I've instant locked, if you get what I'm saying. To me, this is my preferred method of locking your hair. Out of the 3, this is the method I prefer, especially if you want length. Now, doing it this way is a lot better than doing the braid and wrap method because, number one, it's going to be a lot lighter because we're not adding that braided hair. When the hair is braided, it's a lot heavier because then you have to braid it and wrap hair around it versus me just, making a lock for you and attaching it to your natural hair. So for this particular client, though, his hair towards the front of his head was a few inches shorter than the rest of his hair. So using the needle method, I added hair to lengthen the lock so it matches the rest of his hair. As you can see, the hair I'm using is an exact replica of his hair and very close to his natural curl pattern, texture, and color. I grabbed a small amount of hair and I placed it about a 1/2 inch to 1 inch on his hair, and then I began crocheting. This will mat the bulk hair with his natural hair, creating a lock. Then I palm roll, and like I said earlier, this helps to create the shape. But don't be confused though, instant lock still goes through the locking process. It's just that you're starting off at a more mature stage than if you started off with coils or 2-strand twists. You'll notice that with instant locks, your hair will still bud. It's going to thicken, and it becomes more compacted over time. So as with everything, your results will definitely vary on your hair texture and your hair density. And guys, we all know locks are low maintenance, right? But that doesn't mean they're no maintenance. So here's a few tips to maintain your hair over time. Remember to cover your locks at night with a satin or a silk head wrap. Properly shampoo and dry your locks at least once a month. Moisturize. Do not overstress your hair, and see your loctician every 3 months. So we've come to the end of the video, guys. Information on how to book with me will be in the description box below. Thank you for your support. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell notification so you can be notified when I drop another video. And I will always leave you with this. You are enough. You are the most perfect you there is. So again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.